Even if someone is not foodie and eats just to stay alive, it is impossible for them to not praise KFC. The red and white packaging, with the ever-smiling face of Colonel Sanders, has now become the biggest brand of fast food. But things were not always good for KFC. How did it reach such levels of success? Hey guys, and welcome back to another video of Startup Bits. Today we will see how KFC became the standard for food chains. So without any further delay, let's get started. The story of KFC cannot be described without mentioning its founder, Mr. Harland Sanders. The logo of KFC perfectly describes Colonel Sanders' feelings for his multi-million brand. The way he is smiling at the success of thousands of his branches all over the world. He is proud. Sanders was born in 1890 in Indiana. His hustle began at a very young age of 13, when he left his home and started looking for jobs. He eventually dropped out of school because he thought he would never understand algebra. Well, algebra has been tough since the very start, right? Anyways, he tried his luck in many professions but failed every time as he could not find his passion in either of them. But 1930 was his big break. Mr. Sanders got a job to run a gas station in Corbin, Kentucky. Sanders always had a thing for cooking, so he decided to make some extra bucks and started to cook and serve fried chicken to his customers. And of course, the quality he provided was top-notch. The secret to his delicious chicken was an ingredient that included 11 herbs and spices, which is a secret till date by the KFC. The word spread like wildfire about his tasty chicken, and he got a very good reputation as a part-time chef. His chicken got so famous that he eventually removed the gas pumps and converted the gas station into a complete restaurant. And that's how he realized that not only was he a good cook, but also an ambitious businessman. In 1936, he was awarded the title of Kentucky Colonel by the governor of Kentucky, and hence, he became Colonel Sanders from Harland Sanders. While his business was growing exponentially, he faced an unusual problem. His delicious chicken used to take 30 minutes to get ready. As the number of customers were increasing by the minute, he could not afford such a huge amount of time. So quite cleverly, he changed the way he cooked. He used a pressure cooker instead of deep frying the chicken, which reduced the time from 30 minutes to 8 minutes. Astonishing? No? And today it's reduced from 8 to, I guess, 2 or 3. Sometimes it seems like a matter of seconds. The short amount of time for cooking a delicious chicken was very useful, even in the World War, where the soldiers could not afford to wait for 30 minutes to get their meal. But things never stayed perfect for long. He expanded his business to Asheville, but a fire destroyed the restaurant in Corbin in 1939. By the time it was rebuilt, World War II broke out, which reduced his revenue to a level which eventually made him sell his Asheville restaurant. Things continued to go downhill for Sanders. In 1955, an interstate bypass was built on the highway that reduced the number of people taking the highway. Already suffering from losses, Sanders eventually had to sell this Corbin restaurant as well. So now, he has sold both of his restaurants. He was 66 years old and he had only $105 on his Social Security check. If I had met such a failure at the age of 66, I would have counted my days till the end, because what's left to hustle for? But Sanders was not an ordinary guy. He proved that it's never late and age is just a number. He immediately had another idea. He decided to franchise his recipe under the name Kentucky Fried Chicken. Sanders packed some pressure cookers in his car along with his ingredients and began his journey across the United States. He visited numerous restaurants and offered his chicken samples. Almost all the restaurants loved his chicken and Sanders signed franchise deals with those restaurants, usually consisting of a commission of 4 cents on every piece of chicken they sold. And in exchange, he offered to teach them how to make it. This was a plan that was working very efficiently for Sanders. By the end of 1963, there were 600 Kentucky Fried Chicken franchises across the United States. But even though Sanders had finally made his fortune, it was too big for him to control at such an old age. So Sanders sold his franchise for $2 million in 1964. He sold his franchise on conditions that quality will always be maintained. He will receive a lifetime salary, and he will always remain the face of the company. Hence, he made himself a hefty amount of money, as well as he made sure that people will know him for centuries. Colonel Sanders died of pneumonia in 1980. At the time of his death, there were 6,000 outlets in 48 different countries. His franchise got sold multiple times until finally, PepsiCo bought it in 1986. The name KFC was officially adopted in 1991. Today, KFC has almost 23,000 outlets in 135 countries around the world, with a brand value of $8.3 billion and sales of $28 billion. The best thing about their business model is that they operate according to the market. In a country like India, KFC offers a lot of vegetarian dishes to appeal to a broader audience. Similarly, they have different things to offer in different countries, but the thing which is common among all the KFCs of the world is quality. And of course, the smiling face of Colonel Sanders. Anyways, that was it for today. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, don't forget to subscribe to the channel and press the bell icon so you don't miss out on our future updates. I will see you next time. Till then, take care. Let me order my KFC. Goodbye.